What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of DevTalks with your host Travian, and today we talking about Meta and Apple Vision Pro. These two headsets, they've been going back and forth. Well, they really haven't been going back and forth. Mainly Apple Vision Pro and Apple have been trying to climb up to where Meta has been right now. Currently, I think they're very close to each other, but we're going to have to see what CNET has to say about it because they did a video about these two, and apparently one of them is the future. So without further ado, let's dive in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Helps out the algorithm, and just share. Really appreciate it. And let's go.
I'm riding around a racetrack. Well, I'm here at the Augmented World Expo in Long Beach. You can see the Apple Vision Pro and Meta Quest 3 all over the show floor for things like haptics and art experiences, riding horses around in mixed reality on the show floor, or for things like drawing and art with things like Logitech's mixed reality pen. That's because they're the most versatile building blocks that are available right now, but they're big. Then the next step is to make these things smaller. And there are companies showing how that can be done. First of all, the lenses. I met with a company called Loomis talking about how small and good the lenses can be for projecting displays. And they looked really good. The question is who's going to adopt them? There are also companies like...
So, right off the bat, what this man's talking about is crazy and insane because both of their AR headsets are so bulky and big. I remember when Vision Pro last year first announced in 2023, when they first announced the headset, they did a bunch of testing and let people use them. And one of the biggest problems, you wouldn't believe what it was. It was the neck strain it was giving on people. They couldn't wear it as long. So if you can't wear it as long and it's giving you all this pain, then why would you wear one? Why would you have it? You're spending all this money for it. Then what's going on? They had to give you a new type of headband that supports the weight way better and all of this other stuff that they tried to do. In this case, he's saying other people are already figuring this out. So I actually agree with him right here, what he's about to go to. Apple is going to, or Meta, or whoever has their Oculus headsets that are humongous right now, mind you, they are going to have to find ways of making them smaller. But I don't think they're going to put the R&D into doing that. I really don't think they're going to invest that into doing it. Their R&D spend is going to be on buying out the companies who figure it out so that they can just include the technology into theirs. It's an easy way to get it done for them. People are going to buy their products regardless. That's how they feel. And that's most likely what I think is going to happen. But let's continue.
Avegant that are building light engines, ways to shrink down the ways that you project onto those glasses. There are also companies trying to track how to do hand gestures because a lot of those expensive mixed reality headsets, well, they have their own built-in power-hungry sensors right on here. One company, Ultraleap, is showing how you can have low-power cameras built into a hacked version of Meta's Ray-Ban glasses to do things like micro gestures on the go. And eventually, Meta's Ray-Bans may get cameras like that or other future smart glasses. Also, there's your watch. There are so many ways that your watch could work as a connected interface, and I've been waiting for that. Double Point is one company I saw here that's using gestures to control your TV or smart lights, and eventually, yes, work with glasses as well. And they're using a modified software package on Samsung watches. There's also Tap XR that's doing its own custom-built wearable that has a camera and some sensory capabilities to do that type of stuff. So I saw companies kind of offloading that, and it doesn't feel like we're far away from having that then work with the glasses. But again, it gets to what's the software. AI is all over the place right now, and you can see companies pivoting. Of course they would, because it's a big hype-filled thing, but there are also useful things that AI can do on glasses. You could identify things by asking about them. You could have it eventually begin to recognize things and assist you. Meta's experimenting with this already, and the limit to that, though, is that you're going to have to figure out how to deliver those services over into some processor that you're carrying with you. These glasses are not enough. Meta's Ray-Bans pair with your phone. X-Reels connect with your phone. X-Reel actually built its own little device that looks like a phone called the Beam Pro. This $200, basically almost phone, that's an Android-powered thing. It's trying to be the phone concept for a world where phones don't perfectly work with AR glasses yet. And X-Reel's product has the ability to become a touch.
That's actually a good idea. So one thing that Apple did get right, I would say, is being able to integrate their Mac with their Vision Pro. And being able to take that Mac screen up and integrate it. And WWDC 24, let me just come back here. So in WWDC 24, we saw how the Vision Pro is even more integrated with the Mac. And basically they're talking about doing this with the phones. We seen in Apple's event, you could now do phone mirroring on the Mac. And now they're talking about using AR glasses with your iPhone. So imagine you can not only do the Vision Pro stuff, not only on your Mac, but on your iPhone. Or since phone mirroring is a thing, this will be a cool thing to test. I don't think anybody's thought about this yet. I haven't seen anybody do this. This is why you got to pay attention to this stream, because we come up with crazy ideas that are probably awesome to test. If I had the money to test everything, I would do it. But yeah, so what if you did the screen mirroring on your iPhone, on the Mac, and then use your Vision Pro? I mean, mind you, this is a lot of extra steps to then pull up your Mac screen into your AR vision, and then you're using your phone on your Vision Pro. Seems a bit extra, but that seems like a dope possibility. And you see these other companies are trying to do this and make it more integrated with the other systems, that other AR systems that we have. That's really a bonus right there. I think it's really a great bonus that we have off of that, because hey, it just gives you more integrations. The more stuff, the more compatibility and technology, the better that stuff gets. And that's a cool one to think about. Another thing I wanted to talk about is they were showing the wristbands and the watches. I wonder what is better, to just have a widespread camera that can look at your hands and see what you're doing, or to put on a watch with the camera on it or a sensor on it to get the movements and things like that. I feel like the wrist having a sensor in it will give you more accurate details when you're using your hands and better tracking. I feel like it would give you way better tracking having something on your wrist. But when it comes to like doing different hand signals and things like that, maybe having them in the glasses might work. Maybe a company needs to find the right mix between doing both of them or whatever. Or like Apple's like, hey, if you want better tracking for your Vision Pro, if you're wearing your Apple Watch, the Apple Watch will help us track your movements so you can get more detailed movement and tracking and everything. That they need me on their board. I'm telling you, I'm very intelligent. I'm smart. I'm going to hook them up. Look, hire me. But let's continue.
Pad, or launch apps in mixed reality and cast them up and make them more compatible instead of just mirroring your display. And it also has an extra pass-through USB-C port for charging while also wearing the glasses. It takes spatial photos with more widely spaced cameras. Some of these ideas are probably going to come to phones, but the phone compatibility for these is already really inconsistent. And then you've got the wild cards, like haptic gloves. There are giant ones like haptics. There are mid-range ones like Sense Glove that pull back on your fingers and also vibrate and also have something that squeezes your hand. And then there's B-haptics, which basically has a whole bunch of vibrating motors all over your body on vests and wrist pieces and gloves. And a lot of this may sound really gimmicky, but I also saw a really moving art piece called I Will Defy You that moved me to tears and used haptics to express the emotions of somebody who had survived an attempted electroshock gender conversion therapy experience. I'm feeling moved even talking about it. Those vibrations gave me a sense of connection. Haptics is trying out new sensations that will eventually kind of create sensations of emotion or connect to things that we tag to emotion. I don't think we have a clear understanding of where all these pieces will come next, and so I'm not ready to dismiss any one of them yet. As you walk around the show like AWE, it's all experimental. All of these pieces are trying to find one bit here, one bit here. Some of it's practical, some of it's wild, and the big companies like Apple and Meta are not that present here. So these companies are trying to find a way to explore the future, and I think the future is a moving point. We don't have a product that's perfect yet. We don't have the iPhone of your perfect wearable glasses yet. I think they're going to be something like this. I think they're going to work with your hands. I think they're going to be AI powered. And I think they're going to work as displays sometimes, or also be headphones and also be glasses. Probably will take a couple of years to get there.
But yeah, so great video by them. If you don't subscribe, I'll link the full video that I'm reacting to in the description. But yeah, I think the way that it's going to work the best is how can you do it in a minimalist way and not have too much going on. If we went back to some of those people who had the full vests and things on, all the gloves and things, people are not going to want to conform to something like that. It's tacky. It can look tacky. Can look too ugly. And we're really moving out of that kind of space, I think, especially as a society. We want something that's going to be a lot cleaner and stuff. And as he said at the end of the video, when you get something as thin as this one day, like your glasses, it's going to cost a lot of money. And it's going to be already expensive. The Vision Pro is already at $3,500, over $3,000. And that was for generation 1. It's going to get expensive to do all of this stuff. I'm just saying that. It definitely is going to get crazily expensive. It's not even funny. But let me know what you guys think. What do you think Apple and how Meta and all these other big companies are going to conform? These smaller companies, they seem to have some idea to get on the track and have some good ideas that they're working on. But I think that it's going to be left to Meta and Apple to just buy them out and just include it in that for any adoption to really come into effect. If another company came out the woodwork somewhere and they came out with a competitor, I would be very shocked. Especially, I'll be shocked if they weren't bought out. And that's just what I think. But let me know what you guys think in the description. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And share it to everybody else who you think would be interested. And peace. See you next time.